I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to start that episode. I'm ready. I'm ready. Whee! Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Hat in Time. This is Soup, and this time, let's just jump right in to the new area, the kitchen. Now, I said there was a lot of, charm to this game, and I'm not going to lie. This toaster, it does things. It will jump up, and I don't know if it's just, on a timer, or if it's just what triggers it. But anyway, if we open up the fridge, we see all kinds of food. See, there's a gear sandwich. There's a flying spaghetti monster. There's tuna steak. Pizza with anchovies. And milk from abducted cows. And it's a microwave. You use it to punish food that has been bad. What's in there? I can't tell. And there's bananas. Because if you look at it just from here, it looks like flan. But anyway, enough goofing about. Yeah, she didn't believe that either. Let's get through. We've been welcomed to Mafia Town. We've got a new area. That is Act 3. And we have a boss battle in Act 2. Now, I'm not gonna lie. When I first played the game, I didn't know there was a sequence. So I actually unlocked this because I thought the boss battle would be the ending. Would be the last thing, but it's not. So let's start Act 2. Barrel Battle. But how are we supposed to get out of here? Well, I guess we could jump out that way, but... And now we got Stink. But we can do something. We can jump around like it's the Prince of Persia. Wall jumps will be a mechanic that we use fairly frequently. Whee! One thing I will say is one thing I will kind of not necessarily gush about this game is the controls are a little floaty. Not terribly so, but just a smidge floatier than I'd like. And we have a vault code, just like last time. And last time we got the umbrella, so we can now smack bitches. And we got another piece of sprint yarn, but because we have the sprint hat, we don't need sprint yarn, but we get yarn anyway. So, to make a new hat, you really just need one of that particular hat. Yarn. And if we talk to this guy, he will explain to us something.
Vaults around city belong to Mafia. No touch. Haha, Mafia joking. Child can't open vault. Vault secured with code. Wait, Mafia code not in pocket.
So that's our explanation to the vault codes. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. I'm not doing a very good job. Now, while I say the controls are floaty, they're not unmanageable. I'm just hoping that they're not going to request a demand of any, like, pinpoint platforming. Ow.
Where did Mafia put vault code?
You mean this? And we got brew yarn. And we got enough
1, 2, presto!
to make a brewing hat. A witch's hat! Unfortunately, it does not give us the power to shoot laser beams, but it does give us the power to create concoctions of explosive Just a second. I apologize about that. But now we can no longer sprint, but we can quick select our hat. The brew hat and the sprint hat are two of my favorite hats that we have access to. Oh, there you are. I did not know where he was in this level. Ow. Okay. Gonna have to be smarter on how I get to him. There we go, that's better. Oh! That's rude.
Welcome, young one. Please make a purchase at my humble stall.
We actually have enough for the hover badge, and I am actually going to grab that. It's a lot of gems, but really gems are, as far as I know, gems are only useful for buying from him. And we have nowhere near enough to buy that. Generally, for all things, generally my stand to hat will be the sprint hat, just for the mobility. But I will switch to the brew hat. From what I've played, I generally don't use the kid's hat, just because the objectives, at least for the early part of the game, are fairly, well, obvious. So I don't really need the direction to go, oh, you need to go over here. Oh. I forgot that it auto-equipped that. I'll take that. Sorry, exploration is all part of this, and it's fun. It's one of the reasons why I kind of like 3D platformers, is because oftentimes doing the set objective is honestly secondary to just running around and finding what you can find. And just because I've been through this map twice over doesn't mean that there's not new stuff to find. And that's honestly just kind of the fun of the experience. You cannot harm yourself with your brew bomb. So that's a good thing. We open up. We get more brew yarn. Again, we already have it, so we don't necessarily need that specific yarn, but it can be used for other creations. I love the fighting in this game. I mean, it's basic, but it just feels good. And just moving around also feels really tight. It's weird because it's tight and loose at the same time. Oh crap. Okay, you can only stay in water for so long. And we get a whole bunch of stuff for helping this guy out. Can we interact with this? No, it doesn't look like we can. I'm not very good at the quick. It's one of those systems where for the quick select, you have to hold down the button. You have to keep the button down for it to work.
That darn seagull over there took my camera. I would have gone and done a belly dive over there. No, but this belly's too precious for sliding on.
Right. But if we go over here, we'll get the camera badge. Somehow we're able to turn this real-life camera into a badge that we stick onto our hat. And if we... This is the camera badge. Just girly things. I like that. Noir, Purple Night, Silhouette, the 80s, Sunset, Vibrant, Vintage, Vintage 2, hashtag no filter. That's the camera badge. Honestly, that's the first time I've really used it, and honestly, I probably won't be using it too terribly much, just because it takes up a badge slot.
Yesterday I saw family. I say to family, I take everything now. Family beg for Mafia not to take everything. Mafia say it is joke, Mafia funny. But real joke is Mafia take everything anyway.
But because it takes up a badge slot, and I prefer to have my badge slots for more practical things, like the magnet, and the umbrella. Which the umbrella badge, I don't really use it. At least not for a while. Because the magnet badge is just that useful. And we got another piece of yarn. I'm not going to be collecting everything in this game, but I'm going to try and do what I can. And try to hit the high points. Let's see. Oh, this is actually where we're supposed to go. Too bad. Cannon. Fly! Okay. I thought for a moment I didn't have the camera badge, or I didn't have the magnet badge activated or equipped. And you can use the brew badge as a weapon, as you probably just assumed, and you'd be correct. Excuse me. Alright. I love the Superman fly. And we got green vault code. So there's a green vault somewhere around here. I wonder who this is. Whose place this is. Three. I think the company behind this game pretty much has summed it up. This is the cutest darn platformer around, and I can't help but agree. And I'm perfectly okay with that. So we got, this is a hefty vault. With a lot of vault code. But there's one left. And for our troubles, we get a rift token. It says there's an orb machine on our spaceship. We haven't seen it yet. Don't worry, we will find it. That was weird. So we have a little bit of a puzzle. It's not very difficult. Less of a puzzle and more of a challenge. Oh, it sinks. And time does slow down while you're in that, an unknown relic, which what Relic might match with others. Did I mention that this is a Collect-a-thon platformer? Well, one thing I do know is that if you jump while sprinting, you do go farther, but you lose the ability to double jump. So I don't think I think the double jump is overall better. So it kind of makes me a little bit sad, but it's not that big a deal. And we're back here. How much fooling around have we done? Ooh, we have done a lot of fooling around. So, let's do some plot.
Hey? Hey, child! Shoo! Mafia can't have child witness when Mafia teaching lesson.
Hmm?
Oh? It's awkward for Mafia. Mafia not sure what to do.
Love the facial expressions.
Boss, what do we do with eyewitness? Teach her lesson, boys.
So this is our first shot at combat. And it's generally just as easy as that. You don't really have to think too much, just smack. Except when they get like that. The Mafia will enter this state if you just spam them with the same attack over and over. But you just, like, try to stun lock them. And you can't hit them with your umbrella when they're like that. So you have to hit them with either, like, the homing attack or the brew potion.
Mafia won't bow to little girl. Prepare to feel Mafia's wrath.
And he becomes Donkey Kong.
Heads up, little punk. Do not think about avoiding barrels. See if girl can handle this barrel.
And now he changes it up slightly by making the barrel. Ooh, wow. This is the first time I've actually gotten hit by this guy. Usually he's a bit of a joke. Maybe I should actually, try.
Mafia need to take care of this Mafia style. Prepare to feel what Mafia do to old ladies.
See, he's now enraged. So I hit him with a homing attack. Seriously, I'm getting hit twice by this guy? Superman! Away with ye! Team Mafia is blasting off again! And we got another timepiece.
Can you believe them? What a bunch of losers. Hey, you're all right, new kid. Do you have a name? No? You shy? That's cool. You're a less talk, more fighting kind of girl, I take it. That thing you grabbed there, are you collecting them? Because I know where there's more of them. They've been raining from the sky ever since you arrived. I've seen the goons bring them to their headquarters way up there.
Way up there. I don't know why. I just like that line. I couldn't tell you why, but I just really do.
We should go up there and get your junk. It'll be fun. I'll take any opportunity that involves messing up the mafia. You with me, buddy?
And I now can say her name, Mustache Girl. Mustache Girl is amazing. Uh-oh. Oh, it's just Mustache Girl. Alright. And I guess I've got a few more, a minute or so more. Oh, the relics. Okay. We now have a backpack. So, as we've seen before, we can use our hat's abilities on the ship. Mostly to terrorize the Roomba. Unfortunately, these things will fade over time and not when the Roomba runs over them. That would have been really cool, but I think it would have been just a little... It would have been a waste of code lines. But we have these explodable barrels here. And it's a small machine that takes tokens and gives a gift in return. Spend 3 tokens for a gift? Not enough tokens. Yeah, unfortunately tokens are a pain in the butt, so... But anyway, I think that is going to be the end of this episode. I want to thank you guys for watching. And until next time, where we will continue our travels into the world of the Mafia. But until then, guys, goodbye.